Okay, so yesterday I lost my telephone. 22 hours ago or so, Nicole Peralta's office called me, Corona Counseling. Um, I didn't have my phone. And I spent all night having a severe panic attack over not being able to find it, scoured the entire house. I got zero sleep, but the other thing is, the guy that I'm staying with, he has to have background noise in order to sleep, and the background noise that he selects is very traumatic for me. The comedy that he listens to is a lot of, well, real dirty comedy. It's stuff like Family Guy, or not Family Guy, but American Dad, which literally has rape jokes in every single episode, has people murdered in every single episode, has child molestation jokes in every single episode. And then there's Game of Thrones, which is a whole bunch of death and drama. And then there is Dexter, which is death and drama. And, yeah, I can't sleep through that. Plus, he plays it pretty loud. And sometimes he'll play his comedy stuff while he's playing his video games. So, when he's conscious, I can't really get any sleep or get anything done. And when he's passed out, I can't really sleep and I can't really get anything done. We got one room in this house that's heated, and that's it. So if I try to go to another room, it's winter here, and it's colder than elsewhere. This is an old house with cracks and seams everywhere for wind to get in. And I don't have enough blankets to keep me warm here. So we stay in the same room, and he deals with me extremely well. The problem is that the stuff that he listens to and the stuff that he watches is traumatic. And he yells at the video game because he has a headset so he can talk to other players online. And they can team up. And that prevents me from sleeping. He's running an errand right now that should take about an hour or two, I guess. He's got to drive in the snow, which scares the living shit out of me. So I'm going to attempt to get some sleep now that the crisis is averted as far as me having my phone. I'd like to be able to get back a hold of Nicole Peralta, but I do need to make sure I get some sleep. The sheriff's department said that they were going to get a hold of DHHS for me, so hopefully they do. And we can get an investigation actually going. But the most important thing is for me to have a safe environment where I can control the stimuli. Because if the stimuli freaks me out, it's going to continue to be that way. I have to take a break from thinking about all of the killing that's been going on. And everything that happened to Natalie especially. I have to try to take a break from that. And when I'm trying to take a break from that, listening to Dexter in the background doesn't help. Listening to rape jokes and child molestation jokes and shit like that does not help. It all reminds me of the hell that Natalie and I both went through. If DHHS shows up while I'm sleeping, well, that sucks for me because I need to talk to them. I posted a lot of evidence on YouTube, and I'm hoping that Scott decoste does something about it. I am hoping that he relieves Officer Jared Hahn of his position until Officer Hahn has been thoroughly investigated, and Molly Smith as well as Laura Nelson need to be interviewed about their situation, the situations that they're in, the situations that prevent them from being able to help, the situations that make them afraid, and their interactions with myself and Officer Jordan Anderson the night of my grandma's funeral. Jared Hahn did some bad things to try to cover up for the wrongdoing of Cody Selhorst, as well as Officer Jordan Anderson, or Deputy Jordan Anderson. If Scott DeCosta was not involved in that cover-up, well, he sure pulled one over my eyes, because it sure seemed like he was the one orchestrating it. However, I will rescind that comment if he actually does something about Jared Hahn, Jordan Anderson, and Cody Selhorst. 2 of those deputies have already fled state to escape prosecution for their crimes. They've been allowed to move on to other departments where they can do this harm to other people over assumed guilt and to hide the wrongdoing of fellow officers. If this sheriff, Scott DeCosta, wants me to believe him or trust in anything that he has to say, or any of his deputies, old or new, then he's going to have to prove to me that he is actually interested in changing this bullshit. And that means that Jared Hahn needs to be placed at least on administrative leave, if not in handcuffs.